When it's my bedtime, that means it's Dame time. He did it again, this time to the Pelicans, who were ahead by 17 points with 6 minutes left. Dame and the Blazers took over and got the win. Jalen Wall, he scored 50 points on 20 shots and had a great game. What do you think about this complete collapse by the Pelicans?
It's always great to see Dame put on the show, scoring 50 points. And you can't have an MVP conversation without acknowledging his greatness the entire season, with Nurkic being out of the lineup for the most part, CJ McCollum just returning. We know behind the Splash Brothers, they're the second best backcourt in the league. And so it was great to see him perform that way. But the Pelicans was flying, Jacoby. The Pelicans were flying. They were making threes. Lonzo was dropping dimes. Zion was finishing everything at the hoop. Dame started making threes, and then they started turning the ball over. And you know what else Dame was doing? Offensive rebounds. Look at that. Showing the versatility. Out to Gary Trent three for the third, to the Gary Trent for the three, and then here you see him again. So that was an epic collapse by the Pelicans, and I'm pretty sure Stan Van Gundy was not happy with his team afterwards.
It really was. And one thing about these Pelicans, everybody talks about Ingram playing so well on offense and Zion getting to the rim and the way that Lonzo's had a breakout year. But no one talks about how bad they are on defense. And unless they shore up the defense, nights like this are going to happen. It was great to see CJ McCollum back in uniform. However, Jalen, I watched an entire game yesterday. Another great win for the New York Knicks after winning by losing to the Nets by 5. Last night, another huge win for the Knicks, only losing to the Sixers by 3 points. Jalen, am I wrong to celebrate these 2 losses by the 2 teams with the best record in the Eastern Conference? Great win for the Knicks.
The Knicks' second half schedule is going to get a lot tougher. And hopefully this isn't a precursor to what we're going to see. But you as a Daisy Knicks fan, and so many of my friends that are Knicks fans, y'all know y'all celebrating mediocrity. Y'all know y'all are.
Those are two big wins back-to-back. 2 back-to-back wins. They were in the game the whole time. Like, they didn't just come back and make it a 3-point game at the end. Going back and forth with the Nets and then back and forth with the Sixers. This is a huge win for the Knicks are back. The Knicks are back.
You know
so excited
what I'm happy
about this.
For? And I felt Julius Randle would be an all-star when he came to the East. And I thought it would actually happen a year ago. I'm happy for R.J. Barrett. Because playing on that stage and having his productivity and dealing with the ebbs and flows that came with that team, I'm really impressed how he's kept his composure. But for the Sixers, it was all about when Joel Embiid is out, the big dog is out, everybody get a chance to eat. So Tobias Harris can get his 30 points. Ben Simmons has more room to operate to get layups and dunks and post-ups after playing great D and getting out in transition. Seth Curry all of a sudden was getting open for threes. He gets more attempts, and everybody feels better about their games. And then people wake up today and say, maybe at the end of this year, the Sixers could be better off without Embiid.
Stop. We're not going to play that game. We're not going to play that game. You've got the leading MVP candidate before he got hurt on the team. And then you've got my personal leading defensive player of the year, Ben Simmons, who's also a great playmaker and a great finisher. They are working fine together. Doc Rivers has it figured out. We wish Joel Embiid a speedy recovery.
Absolutely. No team is better without Joel Embiid. Just like no show is better when the co-host is raising the roof in 2021. Did you just do that? Did you just raise the roof?
The second I
Skylar
did it,
Diggins
I
might
regretted
cancel
it.
after this.
The second I did it, I regretted it. And you know what? Thanks for bringing it back up and making me feel bad. Let's move on.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.